Hamas spokesman among scores detained in occupied West Bank. Hassan Youssef, pictured in 2015, was detained in his home in the West Bank on Thursday, said the NGO representing Palestine detainees. CNN, a Hamas spokesman, is among more than 60 members of the militant organization detained by Israel in overnight raids across the West Bank, the Israeli occupied Palestinian territory that is increasingly feeling the impact of the fighting in Gaza. Separately, a number of Palestinians were killed in ongoing Israeli military operation in the Nuir Shams refugee camp in the city of Kareem in the West Bank on Thursday, according to the Palestinian Ministry of Health. Israel Security Agency Shin Bet on Friday confirmed to CNN the arrest of the spokesman Hassan Youssef on suspicion of acting on behalf of Hamas. Hassan Youssef, a leading Palestinian political figure who served as the official Hamas spokesperson in the West Bank, was detained in his home, according to the Palestinian Prisoners Club, the NGO representing Palestinian detainees. Occupation forces arrested Hamas leader Sheikh Hassan Youssef from his home in Beitunia as part of the wide-scale arrest campaign in the occupation West Bank, the Palestinian Prisoners Club statement reads. Youssef has been arrested by Israeli forces on several occasions and has spent a total of 24 years in Israeli jails on various charges of incitement, entering Jerusalem without permission, and for being a Hamas member. He has made regular appearances on international media this week, telling Canadian outlet The Globe and Mail he thought Hamas would be prepared to free the estimated 200 hostages it is holding if Israel agrees to the 24-hour ceasefire to allow aid into Gaza. CNN has reached out to the Israel Defense Forces for comment on Hassan Youssef's reported detention, but has not heard back so far. The IDF has said that there was an operation by Israeli security forces following wide-scale counter-terrorism activity overnight in Judea, and Samaria. The Jewish biblical names for the West Bank. Over 80 wanted suspects were apprehended, including 63 Hamas terror operatives, he said. A total of 850 Palestinians have been detained in the West Bank since Hamas' brutal attacks inside Israel on October 7th, according to the Palestinian Prisoners Club. They are said to include lawmakers, prominent figures, journalists, and former detainees who have served extended terms in Israeli jails. Mustafa Barghouti, the General Secretary of the Palestinian National Initiative, told CNN that there is a massive Israeli operation to arrest the Palestinians. Every night they are conducting more and more arrests. The number of Palestinian prisoners now in Israeli jails is up to 6,300. Barghouti added. They are not charged, they are not taken to court, there are no due legal process, and that's what they call the administrative detention, including no less than 200 children who are now in Israeli jails. The Israeli crackdown comes as the Gaza conflict has increasingly spilled over to the West Bank. A number of Palestinians were shot dead in clashes with the Israeli forces in the West Bank on Thursday, according to the Palestinian Authorities Ministry of Health. The ministry told CNN that it had confirmed the deaths of 6 people and that toll was likely to rise. clashes between Palestinians and Israeli troops have been reported at a number of locations. The Palestinian Red Crescent said each staff were trying to reach the casualties in Nur Shams, adding that there are difficulties in reaching some of the injured individuals, and the ambulances with the injured people inside are being detained by Israeli occupying forces. CNN has reached out to the IDF to respond to its allegations. Since Israel took control and occupied the West Bank in 1967 from Jordan following the Six-Day War, the territory, which residents hope will form part of the future Palestinian state, had been partially settled by Israeli civilians, often under Israeli military protections. Most of the world considers these settlements illegal under international law, but despite this successive Israeli government have fledged support for them. Israel views the West Bank as disputed territory and contends each settlement policy is illegal.